Tell me a little bit about yourself then.
19. I've been at Blues now since I was 7, so I've been there 12 years. Centre midfielder, left-footed, bit of a ball player, not really one of them with pace, but yeah, I like to get on the ball, dictate play.
Mine's a bit like me, really, isn't it? So, okay, so you said you came through Blues. Where were you at before Blues?
Bewdley Town.
Bewdley
But
Town.
I was only there mini kickers like as a young lad, and I went to Blues quite early. I was 7, so I got signed straight.
What is, if you can take your mind back to it, what is mini kickers?
Just a bit of fun, to be honest. When you're younger, just to play with my mates, and my dad and one of my mates' dads like run it. Taught me like the basics, just turning, passing. Just taught me everything I needed to know at that age.
Yeah.
Just to have fun and get into football really, and it took off from there.
Do you see that being a vital part of your development? Having that fun element, or would you have preferred, let's get into proper training sessions, let's get passing, let's get work stuff? What?
No, I think you need the fun. I think you need the fun to start loving the game, but you need to enjoy every time you play football at an early age to then gain that love for the game. So if you're straight into training like a couple of years in advance, you can become repetitive, a bit boring, but if you can learn to love it from an early age, then you've got a good chance of pushing on later on in your career.
Okay, so you went into Blues, and how would you say when you went into Blues? 7. How did that change? So you've gone from mini kickers to now Birmingham City, well-established academy, professional environment. How was that for you? If you can remember that far back.
It was a big step from where I was. I didn't really know the whole ins and outs of the academy at that point when I first went. I just went to a well-known club to try and get the best coaching I possibly can at an early age, so I can then see if I can progress and hopefully make it to a pro, which I've done now.
So now you're on into Blues. You came through, and you probably saw a lot of changes in academies with the EPPP program, with so many different coaches coming through, but you're losing count of all the coaches you've had. What would you say? Hard thing to nail it down to one, but what would you say has been the key thing for you in your development?
I think the work ethic throughout. So no matter what coach you have, whether they're more technical based or they're more the tactical side, it's about putting the work in. And if you put the work in, you get your rewards out of that.
Yeah. So hard work being an element of it.
Yeah.
Okay. Anything else? Any other ones?
Just the focus really. Like if you take yourself as a technical player, make sure you do everything in the best way you can. So taking care in everything, even if it's just a 5-yard pass in a drill, making sure you're correct all the time. Because the only way you're going to get better is by doing it in training and obviously then taking it to games.
It's interesting that obviously coming through academies now, there's a massive change in academies with how they're approaching with players, and especially younger players coming through. I think they've learnt by mistakes massively. All academies across the country have. The things you mentioned are more psychological based than technical. It weren't just get your passing right, you'll make it as a player. It was focus, it was hard work, and having that consistency with your hard work and stuff. So it's interesting how psychology's came. How was the psych provision when you were at the academy? Was there any at all, or did you have it, or?
You had people there if you needed them, but it wasn't pushing people on to speak about how you can improve socially and psychologically. It was more, to be fair, it was more technical based when you were younger, just learning all the basics. But looking back, they did try and incorporate some, like I said, hard work and focus throughout the sessions. So I think that was key.
How did they do that within a session?
So it wouldn't be like, right, you have a training session, then you'll have a psychology session. Whereas now, as you further go on, as a scholar, you have more like meetings with people and people coming and talking about it. But when you're younger, it's more enjoy it. So when you're on the pitch, enjoy it, but making sure you're doing the right things and without talking and going on about it all the time. Just saying when like they're going through a drill, just to make sure that you're switching on all the time. Not specifically, right, this is a psychology-based drill. It was just creeping.
Leading off what you just finished with, they creeping in a little bit. Do you think that it's kind of a skill of the coach to add that in? And I don't know, like the better coaches probably could do it a lot easier.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Some coaches, from experience, they'll know technically, tactically, and all that, and they'll be very good at that, and they can teach you all you need to know. But being a player is more than just what you've got talent. Right? You've got a lot off the pitch, and your mindset's got to be right. And further as I've gone down my career, as I've gone up the ages, it's been more and more important. And you've had coaches that have said, all right, come on, we'll have a 1v1 chat. Chels, talk about how you're feeling and what you think's going on in the club at the moment, and make you more aware of it.
Okay. So you say going down your career, is there anyone, probably a bit of a shout out time, is there anyone key at Birmingham City, and there might be a number of people, or not just at Birmingham City, in your life that you think that they've focused you easier or better, they've engaged you better than anyone else?
When I was a scholar, I'm a pro now, it's my first year, but as a scholar, my 2 years there, probably my most enjoyable. Okay. Purely because you got the work done. We had coaches that enforced that, but you also had a bit of freedom when you were playing. You weren't robots on the pitch, you could play how you wanted to play, but everything was done in a professional way. And you'd have sessions that are based on football, you'd have other sessions where even just going down to like the local community and speaking to people there puts it into perspective. Being a footballer and whole ins and outs, because it's not just on the pitch, off the pitch. The sacrifice you've got to make are massive. It just gets people to understand that there's more to life than just what your job basically.
I think, you know, we're at ground here today. The people that sit in these seats, and they wouldn't see the stuff that goes on behind the scenes. So, you know, if you ask, Joe Public, what do they think a footballer's lifestyle is? Yeah. They fabricate a little bit. Some may get it, and some understand that because they've been through the system, or they know people have been in the system. You mentioned sacrifices. What sacrifices would you say you've made over time?
Not going out with your mates as often, not going out on nights out, drinking. If you want to make it, I think some people make it and they make the wrong decision, but that's just luck. But I think if you've got the talent, you also need the mindset to make it. Yeah. Just making them sacrifices day in day out and just saying no when you need to. Like if you've got a game the next day of training, just being strict with yourself. There's a lot of sacrifices. People don't understand how hard it is to make it as a footballer. They think you're kicking the ball around the pitch, you're doing what you love, which you are. Yeah. But there's a lot more to it than what means it.
No, I think you're right with that. It's not as simple as that, is it? Okay, so staying with the sacrifices. So, how, you've probably lost a lot more mates than probably what you gained in your time there. Is there any big thing in life that you said, I've had to sacrifice this to make it? Is there anything you'd put it down to? So that was a big sacrifice, push me on X amount.
As a scholar going full time, not being able to make that transition from going to school with your mates and going out every night just to the park, you've got to say, no, I need my rest for the game. Rest is a big one, I think. You can get carried away with just like playing football and going out. You need that rest as well, so you're top at every session. Really.
How are your mates with that then? So if we're going down the park, we've all been doing it X amount of years, and then you start going, no.
At first, they were a bit funny with it, I've got to say. Not that they told me that, I could just tell. Because it was hard, because we've been seeing each other day in day out at school. You go from that to them all staying together and me just being separate to it. So I'll see them, once a week if I'm lucky. And at first it was, we want to see you more, but I think they kind of understood then. And they've really supported me now, like, and that's with every place, to be fair.
So, you say sacrifice, so we're kind of staying within that area a bit. I want to know, like, distractions then. So you had mates kind of pulling you one way. You probably had relationships pulling you another way, parents pulling you one way, the club pulling you another. Was there any not naming names, but was there any other clubs that were kind of trying to get in your ear? Or was it just a simple process for you? Was there any big distractions for you?
There was clubs always sniffing players out. If you have a good game, they'll be speaking to your parents. Now if they have a good game, they'll be speaking to your agent. But you've kind of got to be like, you've got to be grounded. Yeah. And I'm a big thing of being comfortable about it. Not letting it get to your head and just taking each day as it comes really. I mean, if it comes to it that it doesn't work out at Birmingham, then obviously you've got to look elsewhere. But at the moment, you just got to be focused with the club you're at. Not try and get sidetracked by anything else. Just be focused each day.
Were you ever tempted?
To be fair, since I've been at Birmingham, I've enjoyed it. So I've never sat down and had to make a decision where am I going to go here or am I going to go there. It's always.
So if I'm a multi-million-pound club, we won't mention any clubs, and I'm coming in, I'm there talking to you. Parents don't know what I'm talking to you, or got you on social media or whatever. Surely I'm going. I'll give you this, and you'll come.
I'm not attracted to the money. It's all about just enjoying it, playing football, and making the big headlines and getting people watching and talking about you. But the money comes with it, and the lifestyle comes with it, I think. And if you're good enough, then that'll happen. But that's just a perk of it, really.
Do you believe that the club has helped you make that decision and made you a little bit more humble with how the club have been with you and how the club have approached you?
Definitely. But I've seen players down the line that have get a bit of success and it goes straight to the head, and then acting differently, the attitude changes. So kind of seeing that's helped me as well. Seeing players that have, there's loads of players that even the coaches talk about where players could have made it massive, but have fell short because of their attitude or the way they've been. Because this perspective of being a footballer, you've got to act a different way, whereas I think that you just got to work hard, stick at it, believe in what you've got, and then everything else takes place.
With how the club is, Birmingham City, being so open, and I've seen it other clubs where they cut them off at 16 to 18, they want a two-tier system. Do you think you being able to see those players act that way, and also seeing players act the way they should act, do you think that's helped you?
Definitely. Seeing the players acting the right way and the wrong way helps you. They're your role models, you aspire to be them. So if you see them doing the right things, that's what you're going to do. If you see them doing the wrong things, you know that that's not what you need to follow. You see people coming in and out the door for different reasons. I mean, coaches always talk about players that could have made it, but didn't because of their attitude and the way they are. Having this perspective of being a footballer, but I just believe you just got to work hard, stick at it, and believe in yourself.
Do you think that players get too much too soon? So you've got lovely pitches. Birmingham City got some really nice pitches. You know, an indoor facility with the dome. You've trained on that X amount of times. You know, wherever you go in the country, more than likely the pitches aren't bad. Do you think that's helped you with where you are now? So you say earlier you're on loan at the moment. Do you think that's helped you? Do you think that those carpet pitches are right, or do you think, I don't know, is there a better way?
They've helped me technically. I'm playing on the best pitches. There's no bobbles, everything's slipping on the floor. But going on loan now, that was partly a reason I've gone, to get that different environment, to get that learning experience that I need. Because the percentage of people making it to the top level are low. So people are going to end up playing at non-league or lower downs. They've got to be used to it. And that was a big reason I've gone on loan, just to get that experience playing men's football and get used to playing not on perfect pitches, just the way other teams play, not just slick passing all the time. Because it's kind of academy football, I think. Being on loans made me realise that it's a great way of playing throughout the academy, but when you hit first team, the top clubs do it because they've got the best players, but Championship, League 1, League 2, it's more long ball, it's more direct, physical. So definitely it's helped me.
So academy football gets you ready to play at the top.
Yeah.
Do you think there needs to be anything where, you know, ever so often every other week they go and play on a not so good pitch, so just to open that up, or do you think we'll open a can of worms with it? Is it not needed?
Academies, you're always told and always pushed to be the best you can be. So you aspire to play in the Premier League, the Champions League, International League. So I think playing on the pitches and and the AstroTurfs and good services helps you with that. I do think that, as I said, the percentage of making it at the top is slim. With the money around now, they can get the best players from all over the world. I think we do get a bit of experience, like as a 16 or as scholars, even we were training on the night sometimes and going to AstroTurfs or pitches that are not known for being tidy surfaces, like in the rougher areas, if you could say, just so you can get that experience of just playing in a different environment and getting down where you're not going to get all the nice pitches and nice equipment, like you're just open to a bit of the other side of things.
And you think that's probably helped you, or at least gave you something for when, you know, if you ever get exposed to that,
Yeah.
it helps you.
Yeah, it'll definitely help you because, as I said, making it at the top, it's very slim. So if you're dropping down the leagues, dropping down the clubs, it's going to be more like that. So if you've had a bit of experience in the past, you can adapt to that and fit in easier, and then try and hopefully build from that.
Okay. So looking at yourself then, okay, so change subject a little bit. What does a normal week look like for you then?
So, what, being on loan or being at the club?
However, what a normal, typical week would be.
So if I was at the club, it would be Monday, training in the morning. We'd have activation and pre-ab before that, just so you get your legs ready. Training in the morning. Depending on if you have a game, Tuesday, do a bit of fitness in the afternoon, technical work in the afternoon, just a short session. And then we do a gym session, either uppers or legs. And then say we had a hard day Tuesday, if we didn't have a game. Fitness work, long distance, sprinting. Normally have a Wednesday off, depending on obviously if we have a game. Thursday could be like a match prep kind of thing if we've got a game Friday. The lads have had a game today. So yesterday we did like a match prep, shape work. Not a lot really, just getting your muscles ready, loosening up. Friday game. Saturday would be recovery. Just stretching, spinning, making sure it's all out your legs. Sometimes we have a game again on the Monday or Tuesday. And then they incorporate the gym sessions within that, depending on what week you've had. So on loan now, if I play a Tuesday and then Saturday, I do my uppers early on in the week. Try and do a leg session on the Thursday so you've got time for your legs to recover. But sometimes we go out in the community, once in a month. I try and sort out something where the other day we went to the food bank in Birmingham, just so it gives you a bit of spread the club's name, so you can help yourself, like, to see how you're helping people and how you're being role models to other people. So that definitely helps you.
So probably what you won't see as much. Probably around Christmas time, probably the best time when you see all the footballers, the athletes are all out at the hospitals and all that stuff, and it's absolutely fantastic. So you say that with Birmingham you probably do it once a month. How is that for you personally? So not just for the club's name, for you personally, if you're going out to these food banks and stuff and you're seeing people less fortunate than you, how's that with you?
It puts you into perspective how lucky you are. I think people can take it for granted. Like me playing football for so long, people can think that's just me now, that's just my life. But seeing other people and seeing what they've got to cope with. So say you're tired after a session and you go home, whereas people are grafting all day, then go training on the night or working nights. Puts into perspective how you can always do extra. So you can, tired's just in the mind, like you can always be putting in the extra work, or with yourself or at the club on your own, just putting in the extra work to get that advantage over people.
Do you put in extra?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. What would you do?
Well, as I said earlier on, speed's what I need to improve, my agility. So seeing people like yourself and sports scientists at the club, they put on drills for you and help you. It's more from you. Like they'll put the onus on you. They won't come to you and say, right, we're doing this. They like you to go and say, right, I need this to work on. What can you help me with? Just finding out a time in your week where you can do it, whilst not overdoing it. Because I think people can get a bit mad about weaknesses and need to improve, and they can overdo it, end up burning out, and it has a negative effect.
Yes.
So it's just speaking to the right people and working around your schedule.
So again, looking at yourself. So how does that link into your whole week? So that's nutrition. Are you looking after your own nutrition? Do you have that advice, or do you have to outsource that yourself?
As early on in my career, like 15, 16, not as much. As a scholar, and later on, we've had a lot of talks. The sports science is big now. We have this app that we have to fill in about what we eat, just so we can follow, like, big ones eating a lot, but eating the right things. Like, I think it's 4,000 or 5,000 calories sometimes you have to make sure you're building that muscle, but also you're refueling for the next day, so you're at your maximum. Some people don't think the food and that's important, but I've become more aware of it now, and I think it definitely helps. You can feel 10% sharper just from eating and drinking. Hydration as well, people doing hydration tests before a game, start of the week, just to make sure that you're on top of your fuel and so you're ready to go in.
So now we're going to fast forward. Match day then. What does a match day look like for you? Like for you personally, wake up in the morning. Go.
Wake up in the morning, good breakfast, egg on toast, beans, brown bread, maybe a bowl of cereal, a piece of fruit. Get there, travel up to the ground, have a bit of food there, just a light snack, a bit of fruit, maybe a bar or something, a couple of bottles of water, make sure I'm drinking all the time. Just before the game, a bit of sugar to take, like either a gel or an iPro or an Imsay or something, just to get your energy going. And then half time, water, a bit of gel again, just a bit of sugar. Finish the game, we've got to have a protein shake within 40 minutes of us finishing. Pasta, chicken straight after. Just I think there's a 2-hour window you have to have to maximise or something. Yeah, just make sure. Try and eat every 4 hours. They recommend to build muscle and to refuel your body.
So then, okay, so go before a match. So you're just about to go out for a game. You played in the FA Cup for the under-23s. Club, you done well for the club and they promoted you to come play there. How did you prepare yourself mentally, physically, technically ready for that game?
I just do the same as I do every week. I don't think you should alter how, just because it's a big game, I don't think you should change the way. If it works for you, then it works for you.
What does that look like though? What's your routine? What's your pre-match routine?
So breakfast, as soon as I get up, stretching, have a bath or something just to loosen my muscles up, stretch, travel up to the game, straight in the gym, do a spin, foam roll, stretch, a bit of band work to activate my glutes and everything. Some people don't do that, but I think it helps. And a bit of sugar, get on the pitch for the warm up and just make sure I'm drinking at least 2-3 bottles of water before the game. Not straight away, just gradually, just so you're hydrated and fueled for the game.
Do you have any rituals or things?
Always do my left boot first.
Left boot first? Why left?
I'm left footed, so I can do that.
Just want to make sure that one's right to rest and take care of yourself. Okay. So you scored a good goal in the FA Cup in that match. I think the papers probably put it as a worldy goal. So can you talk me through the goal a little bit?
We were, I think we were 2-1 up at the time. Quite a close game. Everyone in the youth cup games are a bit anxious about everyone watching, broadcast on telly or whatever. But I just saw my chance and just took it from about 25-30 yards. Keep it in.
Good.
Bottom corner.
Fair enough. Okay, so going forward now then, looking at your future, we don't know where your future is going to go. We all want, all us across the country really, we all want the best for yourself. What do you need to do now? So you mentioned some earlier. What do you need to do now to push on to the next level, to nail down the first team, to get your full pro, to really make it a solid player?
Continue the hard work, continue the focus and the sacrifice, don't let it slip. Be hard on myself like I have been, but make sure I'm doing the extra work. I spoke to a coach and he was he was saying about working on your negatives, but if you work on what you're good at and master that, then you can be a player that people pick up for that industry. So my passing, my range of passing, so I can master that with both feet. People are going to look and think, well, that's what we want in the team. I'm not just a player that can fill the squads for a number of positions or anything. You want to nail down a position. Doing the extra work, so speed work, if I can gain half a second or whatever, that's going to help me. But just continue working hard and staying humble. I think the big one, as you further go up, the money gets bigger, the lifestyle and everyone thinks you're a footballer. If you can stay grounded, I think everything else can work.
Future Birmingham City captain?
Potentially.
You've had the captaincy before, haven't you? So.
I don't know, it depends how, it's in my hands now, it depends how well I play in games, and if I keep it up, which I'm going to do, see where it takes me.
It's okay, so the future, you know, we all want you to do really well. What happens if your football doesn't kick off and doesn't turn out?
Since I've been a kid, it's always been, want to be a footballer, but you've kind of got to have a reality check and think, if it doesn't work out, which 9 times out of 10 it's not going to, then you've got to have something in place. I'm one of those people that are like, I don't know what I'm going to do, but we have been educated well since I was about 16. So, I mean, as a scholar you do an education program, you get a coaching badge, so you can go down that line. But you get educated in other ways of life, other pathways that you can take. I mean, the PFA are big on that we've had people come in and do talks about other careers aside from football, because the percentages of making it isn't very I don't know what personally I'd do, but I have got education in place and I've got qualifications that can allow me to go different ways, so hopefully my football works out. If it doesn't, there's definitely something there that can go down a different path.
So okay, so if a player don't make it, you know, for loads of different reasons, who's that down to?
It's definitely down to the player itself. I think everything's in their hands as a footballer. It's down to them if they want to put the work in or how they want to act and how they want to play. I think it's definitely, they have to take ownership about the football, about the life. If they really love the game and want to make it as a footballer, it's down to them. They have the opportunity, the club, the coach, everyone gives them the opportunity, but they've just got to take it with both hands and crack on.
Is there any final thing you'd say? So if you get the opportunity to go and speak to the under 9s, 10s, 11s that are coming through your academy, that are looking to you and going, well, that's the pathway I want to take, what message would you give them now to kind of go, think about this? Or
be focused, work hard every single day. So make sure that if you wake up and you're not feeling it, just make sure you're professional in everything you do. Put the work in. Some days you're going to have bad days, so you're going to have bad months, weeks, setbacks of injury, with family, with friends, but just stick to it. Have a clear path in your head and stick with your mindset you've got, and just make sure you get through it, because if you do make it, there's no better life out there than football.
well, best luck with the future, mate, and if you ever need us, let us know, okay?
Cheers.
Good luck.